Thank you. Thank you very much. And good night, New York City. Woo! Okay.
Excuse me, Elvis?
Hey, baby. You're looking awful sweet tonight.
Why, thank you. You put on a great show tonight.
Yeah, I like to get in my performances. If you can't tell, I'm all hot and sweaty. But I couldn't help but notice that gorgeous smile in the crowd tonight. I was wondering if you would care to grab a drink with me.
Oh, of course. I love to grab a drink with you.
That's not good. I'll get my joke here. Oh, God. This keep me going for days. Care for some?
Of course. I'm always up for a good time.
Alright. Oh, no. I don't know. I get it. You just keep talking. Okay. That's great. So how does some champagne sound?
Sounds pretty nice right about
Oh,
now.
I can't eat this stuff. Oh, so good. Nice. So where'd you grow up?
I was born in Los Angeles, California. What about yourself?
I grew up in a little town, Tupelo, Mississippi. I was too big for that little town. What brought you to the big city?
Well, I'm actually an actress, and I've done some modeling before also.
You certainly have looks for it, Dow. Weren't you in some nude modeling?
Well, yes, I actually appeared on the cover of Playboy magazine in December 1953. I was one of the very few women to remain as one of the iconic and beautiful women to have ever graced the pages of Playboy. How did you jumpstart your career?
I had my first hit in 1954. Sun Records decided to sign some real talent. In 1956, that was my first film, Love Me Tender.
Oh wow, that sounds very impressive. Well, in 1942, when I was just 16, I was married to James Daughtry, and then in 1946, we got a divorce. By that time, I was modeling swimsuits. Once 20th Century Fox recognized me, I signed a contract with them for $125 per week.
That's very interesting, babe. Did you leave any family back home?
Well, I never knew my father. He abandoned my family before I was born. When I was 2, I was almost smothered to death, and at 6, nearly raped. My mother was a crazy bitch, so I spent a lot of time in foster care and in orphanages. Was your childhood any better?
I was born a twin, but my brother died at birth. I've always been very close with both my parents. At age 13, me and my family moved to Memphis, Tennessee. I had a pretty rough teenage life. I was often bullied and I started out real shy. I was nothing special to brag about, but once I found my kind of music, I took some guitar lessons, I really started to show my talent.
So what are your plans now?
Right now I'm trying to live life to the fullest. I'm going to join the Army in a couple weeks. I think that's the biggest contribution I can make with my life. What do you think about the war?
Well, that's a very admirable thing to do, and I personally do not like the war. I would rather make peace, not war. So anyway, how are you dealing with all the newfound attention?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I really like the spotlight, and I love all the attention I get from the ladies. How do you deal with all the tension, lack of privacy, and the rumors spread about you?
To be honest, when it comes down to it, I let them think what they want. If they care enough to bother with what I do, then I'm already better than them.
That's a great way to think about it. How do you feel about people making you out to be something you're not?
Well, I've never fooled anyone. I've let people fool themselves. They don't bother to find out who or what I am. Instead, they invent a character for me. I don't argue with them. They're obviously loving or hating something I'm not. So, enough about that. What do you think about the Cold War?
Oh, I wish we could get over it with these damn communists. I think America needs to look at their own problems before they look at others. So what do you think about our economy right now?
I I actually like how it's pretty peaceful now. I really like that most people have jobs and they're not worried about feeding their kids and family. Do you like how the economy is now?
Oh, of course, I love it. I would have to agree 100% with you on all of that. It's time for peace and, of course, rock and roll. So how would you like to be remembered in life?
I want to be remembered as being a wonderful person. A lot of people think of me as a sex symbol, but a sex symbol becomes a thing, and I hate being a thing. What about yourself?
On the other hand, I would like to be remembered as a sex symbol. And to be known across the world as a sign you can come from nothing and end up having everything you wanted.
Well, I guess that's a nice way to view it.
Yeah, it's getting kind of crowded in here.
Sure is. Why don't we go back to my place where we can finish the conversation there?
Alright. But we gotta make sure to use protection. How'd you like it, Miss Borgmann?